Scientists predict that if global warming continues at its present rate, the Thames will rise so that by the year 2010, the town of Slough will be completely submerged under 50 feet of water. So you see, global warming isn't all bad news.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, and thank you for coming to our little church fundraiser. During the course of the evening, we'll be playing lots of games for little prizes, and we're going to start off with the bingo. So, eyes down, and the first to shout house is the lucky winner.
House!
After I've called the numbers, Lionel, okay. And the first number is 2 little ducks, 22.
House.
You can't have house, Lionel. That's only one number. You need more than one number for house. Okay. 2 fat ladies, 88. All the ones, legs 11.
House.
That isn't house, Lionel. 3 numbers isn't house. You have to cross out all of the numbers on your card first, okay? After I called them out, Lionel. Only after I called out all the numbers on a card is someone entitled to shout,
House.
Shut up! I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's very early and Lionel's still a little excited, so we'll finish the bingo later on. In the meantime, we'll continue with a nice, gentle game of Monopoly.
Hotel.
Hey, Jed, you know them Thompson twins, man? Like, they're not really twins. You know? And Sister Sledge, you know. They're not really sisters.
What about Bros then?
Oh, yeah, they really are wankers, yeah.
Oi, you really are for Shandy. What you looking at?
Nothing.
You was looking at me.
I wasn't.
Look, if I says you was looking, you was looking. Or you get this cue stuck right up your arse.
All right, I was looking.
Well, don't. I don't like people looking at me.
I'm sorry.
What are you looking at?
Pardon?
You're looking at me? He's looking at me.
You had it again?
He was looking at me.
You were asking for it, you are.
I wasn't even facing her direction.
Yeah, well, don't look, all right? Just don't look.
What you looking at?
Nothing.
Yes, you are. You're looking at my flies, you bloody pervert.
Is he looking again?
Looking at me zipping up.
Right. You've asked for it. And stay there. Coming down here looking. He's asking for it. What you looking at?
Nothing.
Yes, she was. She was looking at me.
I wasn't looking.
She was. She was doing the same as he was.
I wasn't.
Oh, don't you two start. What are you looking at?
Me?
Yeah, you was eyeing me up. It's the same as looking.
I never was.
Yeah, stop eyeing her up and looking.
Oh, yeah?
Don't on each other, lads. It's all his fault. He's got us all at it. Chuck him out.
Right. You, on your bike. We don't like people coming down this pub and looking. And I don't want to see you down this pub again.
It's all right, I'm going. It'll start raving mad anyway.
Yep, I've been riding horses since I was a boy. I guess I never met the right gal.
Listen, all you sinners, for I have a special message for all of you liquor-swilling, wife-swapping, pill-popping, polka-playing, cross-dressing friends. Praise the Father.
Unless you want to spend eternity in the company of His Satanic Majesty and all his horned, fork-toting Beelzebuddies, heed this message.
The big guy loves you.
Hallelujah.
And the big guy wants you to know that he loves you in a very special, individual, omnipresent kind of a way.
But Brother Nathan, I've been looking into the faces of his flock, and I sense that there is doubt in their minds.
You sense doubt in their minds, Brother Jeremiah.
Yes, a dark, a duplicitous doubt that's a throbbing like a pus-filled carbuncle waiting to spurt itself over the mirror of mankind.
Fear not, you faithless, fence-sitting fornicators, because you shall hear the voice of the sandal-wearing Savior saying he loves you each and every day of your miserable, wretched life.
You will see his face. You will hear his voice. You will watch his video. Yes, the big guy loves your video. $100 to praise the prophet.
The big guy loves you video, only $100. Fast forward for forgiveness. Buy one now and get this holy head cleaner absolutely free.
Is it me, or has today gone really quickly?
Tanley Village Green, deep in rural England, where once a year, despite the controversy, the traditional Tanley fete still flourishes.
7 inches long.
For a start, there's tortoise blowing. Many people are up in arms about this activity, so how do the people of Tanley answer these allegations of cruelty?
Ah, yes, well, one hears similar arguments about cruelty with the Grand National, doesn't one? But as far as I'm concerned, if the tortoises don't enjoy it, they wouldn't compete, would they?
Meanwhile, in the barn, other activities are in progress.
You know, there's still people complain about pitting two evenly matched tortoises against each other.
Seconds away, round one.
I tell you, they're vicious little buggers, they are.
One particular event is Squire Beaufort's forte. He's been village champion for the last 4 years. Tortoise conquers. At the end of the day, the villagers gather outside the village pub for the final event.
I really don't know what all the fuss is about. It's a fair sporting contest. I mean, after all, we do give the tortoise a full 30-minute start. gentlemen, we've come to try your famous lager.
Stannard's Pilsner for the backwards lager drinker.
I was so embarrassed I thought we'd never be invited to dinner again.
I'm awful at other people's houses. When I go to the bathroom, I just have to have a quick peek in all the other rooms.
Yes, I do that.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, I like to have a good ferret around in their wash basket. You know, check out their dirty clothes and stuff.
You know, what I find really embarrassing is when Fiona catches me pulling faces at myself in the mirror. You know.
Yes, Gareth's always doing that.
Yeah.
When I look in the mirror, I always pull my tummy in to make me look slimmer.
Oh, yeah, I like to hang those curtain tassels from my nipples and pretend to be a stripper.
Norman, tell what happened when you came home early from work last week.
Oh, right, yeah. I came home early from work last week and there was Fiona with a Walkman on, doing the vacuum cleaning and conducting Beethoven's Ninth Symphony at the same time, if you please.
Yeah, talking of vacuum cleaners, I tried this experiment once and I got really stuck on.
You know, talking of embarrassing things, I had my boss over to dinner last week and we were just about to start the soup course. And our little Labrador, Peppy, did a packet on the carpet. I didn't know where to look. I was so embarrassed, really.
Yeah, we had some guests over, just recently, and our dog sat right down in front of everybody and started licking its cobblers, you know. I wanted everybody just to go away, so I could see if I could do it on myself.
Look, it's getting very late and we've got babysitters.
Yeah, all right. So I made a complete arse of myself. I've just about had enough of your twee middle-class, isn't it so embarrassing anecdotes. OK, try this for size. I find it really embarrassing when I'm lying on my bed smothered in golden syrup and a leather-clad dwarf is whipping my privates with a knotted shoelace and my grandma walks in.
Yes, that's happened to me a couple of times.
Fashion, fact or myth? Do you care what you wear? Do you want to look a dolly or a wally, Jeff?
You are what you wear what you are. You are clothes, clothes are you, Toys R Us.
Well, we can see Stella and Bella there on the catwalk, so Jeffrey, tell us what's in this season.
Well, it's slinky, sleeky, swanky, ritzy, glitzy, showy, offy, strut and posy.
Mini, midi, maxi.
Well, a lengthy shorty for the long leggy, sit up and beggy kind of girly, really.
And colours, Jeffrey? Pinky, reddy, greeny, bluey?
Orangey, lemony, definitely fruity with more than an ounce of flounce.
Backless, seamless, strapless?
Doubtless.
And for the larger lady, Jeffrey, fatty, squatty, lumpy, bumpy, dumpy, leg stumpy.
No need to be frumpy. It's sort of flouncy, bouncy, jazzy, pizzazzy, zhuzhy, with a kind of floaty feel.
And streety, meaty, box pleaty.
Saggy baggy, sloppy floppy, chubby in the clubby, it ain't.
So, summary, Jeffrey.
Well, it's a sequiny mini for the skinny, sexy anorexy with the thin pins.
And the stouter trout.
For the bigger figure, outrageous is contagious.
Jeffrey, merci.
Grazie. Bye.
You see, Ron, what happens is, right, we go round the sun and the Earth is revolving on its own axis, and because of its mass and the revolving of that mass, it creates gravity, right?
Yeah, I understand that. But why couldn't they put Humpty together again?
Mr. Lecter?
Ah, Clarice. I see you've met our Mr. Meeks, and he's been as charming as ever.
Yes, sir. And he still doesn't know how to open a carton of milk. Mr. Lecter, I wanted to talk to you about
Chanel number 5, if I'm not mistaken. I hope you enjoyed your Indian meal last night, Clary. Chicken madras, onion bhaji, all washed down with a nice Chianti.
Mr. Lecter, you know, you could really help me.
But what do I get, Clarice? You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Quid pro quo, Clarice. Quid pro quo.
What do you want?
I want a room. A room with a view. By E.M. Forster in hardback.
I can arrange that. Trust me. Now, will you help me? Will you look at the file?
Clarice, you may be vocally capable of a mediocre impersonation of Elvis Presley.
Uh-huh.
But don't push your luck. You come here with your good handbag and your cheap shoes, your American tan pantyhose, and your Liberty bodice made from 100% lamb's wool. The lamb's wool, Clarice. Does it still itch? When you lie in bed late at night, can you still feel it itching? Let's have a look at your file, Clarice. My. I must warn you, Clarice. If I help you, you're gonna have to pay quid pro quo. Clarice, do you know what I do to people? I put them through unspeakable pain, and then I skin them alive.
I'm willing to take that chance.
Very well. I'll see what I can do. No promises. Oh, and Clarice.
Yes, Mr. Lecter?
If you miss one payment, I'll repossess your house. I will give you a hand with that.
Come on, missus. All part of the service.
Some believe the tarot card can predict your fate.
But we believe the future is related to your pate.
If your hair is black or brown, your life will be a doddle.
But if you're ginger, then you're up the creek without a puddle.
Oh yes, it's utterly, utterly rotten to be ginger.
It doesn't matter if one's poor or rich.
I don't want to be a cringer or a whinger, but if you're ginger, life could be a bitch.
Fergie's hair was fiery red and she's no longer here.
Poor Van Gogh got so pissed off that he cut off his ear. If Lionel Blair had dyed his hair, would he be a ginger beer? Oh yes, it's utterly, utterly rotten to be ginger. Oh yes, it's utterly, utterly rotten to be ginger. I say to you that it's not really fair.
If one happened to singe a ginger fringer, would one have a flaming head of hair?
When it comes to scarlet bonces, oh how the mighty fall.
He lost 2 elections, Neil Kinnock's what he's called.
He was twice unlucky cause he's ginger and he's bald. He's a Welshman and he's bald and he's ginger. Red-headed Englishman can't sit in the midday sun.
My freckled skin's as white as alabaster.
But 5 minutes in the sun and mine is not. Now I look like a blistered crimson lobster.
And I sit in the shade and join the rocks.
On the beach one sees a blondie, but is it natural?
With a ginger-headed person, it's easier to tell. 'Cause I must confess red mustard cress grows in my dingly dell.
It's a stick out a mile when you're ginger. Oh yes, it's utterly, utterly rotten to be. You need grit, you need guts when you're dunking ginger nuts. It's utterly, utterly rotten to be.
My wife's angry when in bed. Drop my trousers, she sees red.
It's utterly, utterly rotten to be. Bouncing balls of Boris Becker, rated carrot around his pecker. It's utterly, utterly rotten beneath these pants of cotton. It's utterly, utterly rotten to be ginger, and that's that.
This is the Spanish town of Pamplona, home of the famous Bull Run, where wild bulls stampede through these narrow streets, and the young men of the town show off their bravado by placing these ribbons upon the horns of the bulls as they pass by. As you can see, there's rather a lot of clearing up to do after the bulls.
No, senor. It's not the bulls. It's young men. They shit themselves.